Hey there, it's Clint with Clint's Classic World. Here again, talking about this 71 Dodge Challenger RT. Going through a lot of work on this car. Ended up getting a body man that was available, so I had to jump on it. Anyway, so we've already done the floors, got some of the floors fixed in this car. Now we're working on the rear quarters and also the trunk. And we just, as we take things more and more apart, then we find more things. But we're getting it done, so check this video out on this restoration of the 71 Challenger. Subscribe to my channel, and let's get to it. Here is the 71 Challenger RT. Yeah, it doesn't look much like a Challenger right now, but of course we have done some more work. Going to end up replacing the complete trunk pan. That was not originally the plan, but as things progress, we found more issues, so most of the trunk pan is going to be replaced here. Well, probably the whole thing. But as you can see, pieces here exposed, and then of course when the frame rails, which are underneath here, when those are exposed, I will be then putting POR 15 in those exposed areas that have not been seen. There's some work over here. We're going to end up replacing their full rear quarters here. We've got those. Going to fix it right. As you can tell that there was a terrible job done in the past. So going to get all this back together. This right here. This has been replaced. Notice that somebody has replaced this here in the back once before. I love that they didn't even decide to take off the tag, so it looks like a year one piece. But I'm gonna have to still work on it because it's not correct the way it looks now, so I'm gonna have to even fix that piece. And as you can see, this side, it is rusted out, so we're gonna have to replace that. What I do like though is, notice we've got a little number right here. I love that in this vehicle, so we're gonna try to salvage that and just replace what's needed here to salvage the numbers on the car as much as we can. Any dialite type stamps, things to that nature. So anyways, and we're not going to replace the tail panel. That is okay. If you look over here, here is the tail panel. There is some work to be done right here. If you look right here, right there, we may have to replace part of this, so that's going to be something that I'm going to probably have to order some more metal for here. Same thing on this side. As you can see, it's a little damaged here. So but other than that, the tail panel itself looks to be in good condition, so that'll be reused. But yes, POR 15 is the next step once we get the remaining part of this trunk out, and going to get into those frame rails, because the outside frame rail has been blasted and has been primered, but now we need to go in after that epoxy primer on the outside. I'm going to try to put POR 15, clean out the frame rail the best I can, and then put POR 15 within there as well. So trying to cover the bases, get everything apart so that it's a great restored car once everything's finished. Vehicle, look at how you can see the frame rails are now all exposed, and let's get started on POR 15, getting this stuff. Well, here it is, folks. As you can see, I put Pour 15 in all the frame rails here. Saturated them very good. Let it ooze in and out of all the cracks. I will have to probably sand some of this back off on certain areas because I'll be putting original primer back on, especially up in this area. But I just wanted to get a good coat of something all over everything. When I put everything back together, I'll be able to see what I need to sand back down slightly and primer. But while it's wide open, I just wanted to cover everything. Just really want to get this thing ready. So when it goes back together, it is a sweet, sweet, well-restored car. So now we have a lot of new metal in here. We're salvaging some of the existing metal as well that we can, especially some that might have some numbers on it. We're definitely trying to salvage and reuse that as much as possible. But here is the trunk pan as it is now getting installed. It's coming along nicely. It's interesting to note is that we had to recut some of these holes here. We're having to cut those in because the original pan, of course, had those. And as we removed it, when they sent us this pan, it did not, because I believe you could actually see holes that are like around this area on some or at the top. So with that in mind, we just tried to duplicate and replicate the original as much as possible and put it back the way it's supposed to be as the original came out. We do keep a lot of the parts, a lot of the metal, as you can see over here. The metal is still here. Some of the metal of the trunk pan is still there. So we can go back in and piece together things to understand. Here's a bunch of other metal to look at to make sure that it duplicates and we can replicate everything as it goes back in. Still slowly coming along. This side also will get replaced, so that's going as well. So just keep staying tuned. Stay tuned for the next videos as this thing slowly comes together. The 1971 Dodge Challenger RT restoration. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.